try to start with Parker Builds the Galaxy, but he had to be home at some point, so it wasn't going to work out. But anyways, I'm going to start with probably a... Shoot, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I might do like a little river, just kind of going across the mock. I'm not quite sure, though. I can figure something out. Again, there was another guy on the last stream, but I did start a few minutes late. Apologize for that. Alright, but we're going to start with the same old snot technique that I use in some of my other stuff. But this time we're going to have a little bit of a... Hello, JWB13. You missed it. Parker Builds the Galaxy was on the original stream. I know, shocking. I did delete it, though, so you won't ever be able to see it. Alright, anyways. I got one viewer right now, and that is JWB13. So, I'm going to grab some trans tiles and put them over here on the river part of this, so what I'm imagining will be the river. Alright, got 0 viewers. 1 second, guys. Be back in a sec. Doesn't seem like I actually have anything in here, so I'm gonna just be building for now. Again, I'll wait for some more people to join on in. I'm also waiting for some of my mods to join in, which I just had kind of a debate about who should be the mod for my channel. Okay, and again, throwing on some parts. Okay. This is not really getting too many views right now, but they'll come on in at some point. Again, I'm not... Thank you, Matheo. Thank you for joining. Biggest fan, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna throw on some more tiles for this. And I do have these bridge elements that I could throw on here, but I don't think they're gonna quite fit. I wanna be like you. Hey, someday, kid, it might happen. Okay, so we're also going to throw on some more parts. Again, just trying to figure this out as I go along. I don't want to put these too close because I'm going to be placing some slopes. Okay, and then throw on some other stuff. I am sorry if there's some background noise. Parker Builds the Galaxy was just over here, but he had to leave because his parents wanted him back or something. So, it's kind of a shame, but maybe another time. Just was not going to work out. Alright, so we're doing alright right now on time. I also might want to just grab a few flat parts from my collection. Hello, Legend Rooster. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Basically, what I'm going to be doing for this stream is I'm just going to be building as I go along. I'm trying to make a sort of river that goes along here. And I'm hoping it'll turn out pretty well. Alright, we're already doing pretty well on this stream. A few people in chat. I do not have my device reviewing right now, so it's not great, but I'll figure something out. Alright, we're sitting at around 4 viewers right now. And I'll just throw some towels and stuff on here. Again, I'm just getting out some pieces. Hello, Mr. Pickle. That's actually a name. That's kind of funny. Alright. Welcome to the stream. Again, just grabbing a few parts here. I might even take out one of these pieces and throw something on there. I'm not even sure what I'm going to be doing for this bridge part in the middle. 9 viewers. Pretty good. Alright. So, I think I'm going to have to change something up here. Maybe just have this bridge go like that. It might not look quite as good, but it's the only way that I can see this going right now. And yeah, that'll work. So I'll just repeat that on the other side. What I'm going to do here is place down one of these. Hello, David VR12. I hope that's how you'd pronounce the name. Yeah, that looks decent. Not the worst. Ish. Alright. Don't know what that means. Shoot. Just dropped a part. So basically what I'm doing for this one is I'm just putting some parts on right now. I'm trying to create a riverbed look. Again, this is kind of just leveling out right now. Hello, the Sigma. What? No. I did not say that. Alright, again, I'm going to throw some parts on. Okay. Dang, this stream is kind of a dump. Alright, I'm going to throw some parts on right now. Just try to get this. Okay. Yeah, see, that is not something we should be putting in the chat, but whatever. It's not like anything I ever say ever sticks. One viewer. All right. And this is kind of a blowout right now. Not too great. I normally have my mods joining by now, but I don't see any right now. No. I did not say that. I swear. And again, just gonna throw on some parts. Alright. Hello. And hello, Isa Ahmed and Zarumpelstiltskin. Welcome to the stream. I'm building a sort of river mock. It's very similar to the other one that I made, so not the greatest, but I'm trying to switch it up a little bit for this one at least. Again, just kind of waiting for this to balance out. It's been about 10 minutes of this stream. I did start a little bit late, and I was planning to do this stream with Parker Builds a Galaxy, but he bailed, or rather he had to do something. Again, just gonna wait for some of this stuff. to go through. So nobody's quite joined yet, but that's fine. Nope. Other than Rumpelstiltskin. Alright. Throwing some more pieces on. Ah, jeez. Part's stuck on there. Hello, Naflo Bricks. Welcome to the stream. I'm building another mock. Just joined. Yeah, I see that. If none of the other mods join in, I might just make you the moderator for this one, but I'm hoping that they might join in time. Shoot. That's not going to work. Yeah, this one was kind of off to a rocky start, but seems a little bit better right now. Again, just throwing some parts on, seeing how this is going to take shape. I don't really know what I'm going to do for this one. I'm thinking it might be like a fall, bridge in the fall, which could look pretty good. But I still have no idea what I'm going to be building, so it's kind of the fun part of this. Seeing how it shapes out. You know what? I'm going to throw a few different parts on here. And see how it takes shape, as I said before. Right. I have a few of those, so I can just add those. Yeah, I don't know if I can stay, though I'm currently working on taking apart my own Battle of the Bulge mock. Yeah. I already took mine apart. That's what I was planning on doing for this one, but that would have been a little bit boring, and I don't want to make my mock building and live stream boring. Alright, again, gonna throw on some parts. Shoot, that is not gonna turn out well. Anyways, good luck with that. Alright, I'm gonna have to move these around a little bit. Alright, I got one viewer right now. You know what? I don't think you guys would mind me taking a little bit of a break because I gotta go grab my other device. Again, I was not too prepared for this one. It's just sometimes days like these that I don't think I'm quite prepared enough to deal with it. Okay, so we got that in there. I might actually swap those around. Yeah, I was originally going to do the stream with Parker Builds the Galaxy, but he had to do something today, so it's kind of a bummer, but maybe another stream I'll do that. There's going to be some sort of build battle, but sometimes stuff like that doesn't quite work out. Alright, so I got that in there, and what I'm planning on doing is having like a path that kind of just runs through here. Doing some streams. Do you think I should wait until like... No, I think you should start doing them now because they get you a lot more subscribers, and I feel like it helps you connect with your fan base more. Or at least it's helped me a lot with that. Oh my gosh, sorry. Oh my gosh, sorry. This just kind of bailed on me. Shoot. I really apologize for that. I have like a time limit or something that just kind of cut me off. I also grabbed my device while that was happening, so that's a decent thing about this. 1 second. Okay. I am very sorry for that interruption. Sorry. I started streaming around the 100 subscriber mark. And I've been doing it ever since, so it's really fun to just connect with your audience. Again, I'm going to log in on this account and just try to see this real quick. See if it's still streaming or something, or if it cut off. If so, I do apologize about that. Alright, yep. That's good. Yeah, for sure. Should be in the stream. Yeah, I'm sorry, Parker. Just was not going to work out that way. Next stream, maybe. Next stream. I just did not have enough time, and you did not have enough time, so I apologize. Hello, baseball man. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so that's how it's gonna look for now. Not the worst, not the best. But that's about, like, what I do for almost every one of these. I'm gonna leave out of anger. That's alright. Gonna leave out of anger. Alright. Throw this in here. And I think I'm gonna add some parts onto this. Try to flesh it out a little bit. Bye. See you, Parker. Alright. So I'm gonna throw some more parts on. Shoot. Alright, I'll throw that on. Tried to build a McLaren, but lost one piece and can't find it. Yeah, that's rough. Alright, so we have all of this in here, and that should be decent for now. But right now I can also try to add some parts on to try to make this turn out a little bit better. It's not horrible right now, but I feel like I could definitely add some stuff like that. I feel like that looks alright. Yeah, sometimes Lego just doesn't include parts in there. That's one of the things that I kind of hate about that stuff. I also made an order from a custom Lego company for a little while ago. And I had like the same problem. They just didn't put the piece in the bag. So it was kind of a bummer. But I'm just going to get some of these together. Oh, shoot. Jeez. What are you building right now? I am building a river mock for World War II in the fall. So just trying to get some of this rock work and stuff done. Okay, so that's kind of how I want to have the sides. And it's not turning out the best right now. Sorry, TRD, I just kind of answered that. So I'm gonna place that right there. And find one of these, shove it there, and place one of these on my sweater. I'd guess you meant to say soldier there, but valiant effort. Okay, and then that can go right there. Alright, so it's shaping up decent. It's a bridge. I might add a bunker on the other side. Made for World War II. Alright. So we got a few other things here. I don't know what that means, TRD. Sorry. Are you is crazy, bro? It's a bridge. Yeah. Sorry about that. Allergies are kind of bad this time of year. Might not even be allergies. I think there's some stomach bug going around. A bridge. I'm building a bridge. Sorry, I thought I said that. I'm building a bridge. And it's going to be kind of leading into some fall stuff. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be able to do that, but I don't know. I got no clue. Look at how many soldiers figures do you have? Yeah, I have a few. I'll just bring them out real quick. Put some of these stuff away. Okay, so I have the Germans over here. I have a decent amount of them. Some of them are off right now because they're in this mock over here. Yeah, but I have a decent amount of those. They're all pretty high quality. And then I have a few of the allied ones. I've actually been kind of building those up. They're all pretty decent. Should I post a collection vid? Yeah, I mean, if you have a decent collection, I'd say that's not a bad idea. I mean, in your... Shoot, what was it? Battle of the Bulge, yeah. In that one, you had a really large collection, so I feel like that couldn't hurt you. Again, I'm just going to find a few parts in here, but it's kind of not turning out too well. Alright. Wait. What is going on here? I have no clue. See, I think this is a fake Lego base plate. Like, all of my collection were just military. Yeah, he should. It would be a really cool collection. I like seeing when people do that. And that should fit now? No. Ah, jeez. This really sucks because this is not going to fit in there. Or at least it's not fitting right now. Everything's falling apart. Read your comment wrong. Alright. We are actually sitting at 7 viewers right now, which is pretty decent. America never dies. Hopefully not. Alright, then I'm going to throw some more parts on this. Jeez, this is not good. Not very good. Again, just throwing some more parts on. Might as well post a collection video. New mock is going to be a medieval castle. Oh, that's very interesting. Can't say I really expected that, but that'll be a cool mock. Unique. Oh my gosh. I gotta get a new base plate like this. I mean, this is not good. Not very good at all. Just made it. Okay, so we got that right there. And I'm going to throw on that. Although I could just do regular bricks, I guess. You know, that's what I'm going to do. Starting to turn to medieval, quite a switch. Yeah, I've seen a few other people do that, like the Brick Crew did that, I believe. And those were really cool mocks, so if you do it right, it's a really cool switch. Alright. I'm just going to do one side of the river at a time. Again, this is kind of not turning out the greatest right now, but just got to trust the process. Hopefully it turns out alright. Okay, you see, that's not how it should be. I have no clue. This is baffling me right now. Okay, that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. I make stop motions most of the time, yeah. I don't make them as often anymore. I guess I've just kind of fallen out of building those. Okay. Yeah. Not turning out. 300 subs. Well, congratulations. Hoping to get to 200 sometime soon, but you never know how that's going to turn out. Okay, and throw on one of these. Shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. How long is this stream anyways? It should be another 30 or so minutes. I'm not going to finish this on stream. I already know that. Because I'm kind of lollygagging right now. And I'm going to throw some more parts on. Again, this is not ideal. Look how many bricks. Yeah. It's quite a bit. I'm glad I have all this stuff organized, because it would be an absolute nightmare to have to do all this and try to find all my parts. Shoot. Okay. So here it's actually kind of standing up in the right way. So that's pretty good. It's progress. Oh my gosh. There it is. Alright. So that's how it's looking so far. Yes, I do like building bridges. It's just like the easiest thing to build right now for me, because I already have a few different things in for this one. The most recent one I did was for my tank vid. And again, just gonna find some parts. I'm not gonna include any wheat fields, because I feel like that would just be kind of not great. Hold up. I'm gonna find some parts that I have in here. Alright. I need some wedge plates, so make an energy bunker. I've never used bridges in my stop motions because I don't have that many. Yeah, I feel like for stop motions, at least, you could just use, like, blue plates. It might not look the best when in a mock like this, but I feel like on camera, it's not as high of a bar. That's what I've done for some of mine. It's just a lot easier. Definitely expanded. Yeah. I'm kind of stuck in a loop right now because I keep making the same type of mock, but I'm trying to get out of that. Maybe not this one, but another time. Correcting grammar, huh? Okay. I'm gonna throw... You see, that's the problem here. I have that I could throw on, but I feel like that's green. You know what? It'll turn out fine. I shouldn't worry. It's all gonna turn out alright. Okay. Take that out there. Throw that back on. And that can go back there. Oops, it auto-corrected. Okay. Okay, so we got that right there. Not the worst. Again, the bridge is decent. Rockwork's pretty good. I feel like I could make this a little bit more detailed, but it's decent right now, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I was thinking about more of a full one, but I feel like that wouldn't really work as well in the time that I have. Hello, K-Diggy. I will make you a mod right now. Sorry. Add as moderator. Alright, you are now a moderator. Good luck. I'll remind you of some of the rules if you don't remember them, but for right now, I'm just building a mock. So. Okay. So I got all that done in there. And I might just place that so that I can add. Yeah, it's alright. I kind of was in a scramble to get all this done. Alright, see a history. And I'm going to throw that in there. And put in a part right there. Yeah. Okay, so we got this right here. I'm not actually too happy with this one. This one might just be one that I don't post because, like, I'm not too proud of it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I'll have to figure something out. Let's go to 15 likes. I mean, I could, but I feel like I'd rather just be building and let the like stream in, especially if I'm just doing all that. I don't know if you can make polls, but you probably can. You could check if you can do that. Poll, yeah. Man, you're just correcting everybody's grammar today, huh? Alright. Gonna throw down a few more parts and try to replicate this on the other side. Again, the back side of this is not going to be the prettiest. This is how it's looking. Not too bad, though. You know, that's a good idea. I should make a little bunker on the other side. That would at least make it a little bit more unique. You don't think that you can. Alright. That's fine. If I need to, I can just make a pole, but I feel like I don't really need to right now, so I'm going to refrain from doing that. Alright, so my idea right now, I'm kind of making this up as I'm going along, but the thing that I'm planning on is having one of these that kind of sticks out like that, which would kind of work. And then throwing down a few of these plates and bricks. And creating a little trench alongside this. So that could be decent, but I just have to execute it right. Nice. Posted part 1, it's 2 minutes. Oh. Nice. And again, I'm going to throw down some parts in here. I feel like I could do a backside to this, but it would just be a little bit more work than I can get done on this stream. Ideas for scenes in the town of Dieppe. Shoot. I'm not that well versed in, like, that type of stuff, so I'm not sure I'd be the best person to ask for that, but I feel like it would be cool if you had like a scene where some civilians were hiding or something. And again, just gonna add some parts. Gonna throw it in there. And that's pretty decent. That's not the worst. I'm not angry about that one. Okay, and I can throw that in there. Accidentally went back. I'm here now. Alright, that's fine. Welcome back. And I have another few in here. Another few pieces that I could add. Alright. You know what? I need to scrap some pieces off of this. I'd hate to do it, but it has to be done for the sake of this mock. Alright, you see, that's pretty decent. I'm actually happy with this a little bit more now. So, I'm going to have a little bunker that's, like, kind of in the corner here, but good progress. Yeah, pretty decent. This is definitely not going to be my best mock. Like, I don't even think it's anywhere close, but I'm giving it a good try. Alright. So we got that. Not too bad. I'm trying to think, because there was, like, a French... I saw a stop motion about this in, like, a few videos, but I could make it like the Maginot Line in 1939 or whatever. I might do that. I feel like having a French soldier in here would kind of make this a little bit more unique of a mock. Is there any... Yeah, I could throw that in there. Alright. Scrap that. Take that out. Throw it in there. And place this guy in. Okay, pretty decent. Not the worst. I'm saying that way too much. Pretty good, I guess is what I should say. Couldn't find your stream. Yeah. My channel is... probably won't pop up when you search me, but... I don't know. I don't know what my point was going there, but... Again, not finding too many parts. I could just throw this down, and that would kind of solve that problem. Just throw this in there. Shoot. Alright, that's not great. That Jeep in the background is adorable. Yeah, it is kind of tiny. It's kind of silly looking for some of the scale that I go for in these, but I'm gonna throw one of these in there, and then I'm gonna throw a few of these in. Okay, see ya. Thank you for joining the stream. Okay, and I'm gonna throw one or two of these in. Throw a few more on. This is turning out a lot better than I thought it would. Still not great, but I'm just happy knowing that it's better. Okay, and I can throw that one in there. Can't stop looking at your other build in the background. Yeah, it might be a little bit distracting. I could probably do without that. And then take that out. You know, I'm gonna have to scrap some pieces. I hate to do this, but my part collection is not ideal. Okay. I can just throw that in there. Okay. Got that. Can throw a few more things in here. Build in the background is, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that one. Not the best, but it's all right. I gotta stop saying that. I'm just repeating myself over and over again. Okay. Throw that in there. Throw one of those. And yeah, I'll just throw all of those in there. All right. I will keep having to deconstruct this. This is not great. You know, I might even go a little bit longer on this one because I don't really have anything after this other than just maybe hanging out with my friends, but you know, that isn't too much of a problem. All right. Shoot. I have so many random organizers. Kidigi, think you should include a soldier using a rifle mortar. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I think adding scenes with civilians would make it look a little bit more realistic too. So I'd recommend you doing that, but all right. Again, got to figure out some parts in here. Okay. Added a scene with a civilian. Nice. Okay. And I gotta throw in one of these in there. Actually, I'm kind of liking the sort of gradient that I have going on here with do you have any other guns for the soldiers? I don't know if you're talking to me or K Diggy, but I know there are a few conversations going on right now. Hello, Squirrel Studios. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I'm going to throw on a few more parts and just hope that that turns out. Oh, you know what? I got to place in... Shoot. That's not great either. Talking to you. Okay. Yeah, I do have a few other guns, but I feel like the Lebel is the only one that really fits the French soldier. So that's kind of why I did that. I feel like some of the other guns wouldn't quite fit quite as well, but the Lebel fits the French look very nicely. Like, I probably could have put a Lewis in there, but it wouldn't entirely be historically accurate, so just be better if I used a different one. Alright. Again, throw in one of these parts. I'm sorry, this is kind of a mess right now. Just trying to figure out all these parts. You know, if I would have thought about it, I would have had the bunker being a little bit bigger, but it's just kind of a trench right now. I don't know, figure something out. Have a Brennan, I could put one. Yeah, that would be good. In the beginning of the stream, I was questioning it, but this is not too bad right now. In terms of trolls or whatever. Okay. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna throw on some parts. By the way, the 2 minutes isn't all the stop motion I'm gonna make. Oh. Nice. Yeah, longer stop motion would be cool. I did tell you that, but I feel like it's better to go quality over quantity. Like, I've seen a few people that just do like stop motion tests every couple of days. And you might do that a little bit, but you're not the main person who does that. I'm trying to remember who it might be, but I kind of forget. I feel like maybe 2 minutes, yeah. Kind of just cut off my thought there, but I don't know what I was about to say. Alright, I got a few bricks that I can place in here. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Okay, and throw that there. Just turning out decent. I think I'm gonna have like an MG pointing out this way, and then a smaller hatch on top. Because I was making, yeah. All right, I'm probably gonna go a little bit over time here. All right. Not too bad right now. Just feel like I might have to throw a few more parts on here before I can. Oh, I am not good at finishing my thoughts today. Okay, this is turning out all right. That's the best thing I can say about it. I feel like I could just throw a few more bricks on this and then see how it looks. But I'm not too confident right now. Okay, I think I'm going to have him holding the label a different way because it would have kind of conflicted with the bunker. So I'm going to give it a shot. See how this turns out. Yeah, I feel like that's decent. Not too bad. Could have done worse. Okay. I've made up my mind about this. Yeah. Not gonna lie, we're not even talking about what this guy's building right now. No, that's fine. You guys don't have to talk about it. I feel like it's better if you guys interact with each other. Like, I get that you guys can communicate on the channel, but I feel like sharing your stuff is fine enough. I like to hear what's going on in your channels. And you're checking out what I'm doing on mine right now. Alright, so that's what I'm going to have for the window. It's just going to be black. And then I can have somebody poking their head out of the hatch at the top, which might be a decent look. Alright. Throw some parts on. Huh. Wait. Got one of those. Okay. So my thinking here is I can throw one of those on there. That's where the hatch is going to be. And it'll just kind of, in general, make this top part. Yeah, that's decent. not the worst. Oh my gosh. I gotta stop saying that. Alright. Again, just trying to place down that. It looks alright. I feel like it's a little bit blocky for a bunker, but that's kind of fine. Alright, so I got that done. I feel like I could try to add some different parts to this, but maybe just a little bit of grass and a tree or two. I might not post this one at the end, honestly. Back to taking photos. Alright, good luck with that. And I'll just throw a few more of these rose parts on here, on this side. I do gotta finish up the, shoot, what do I gotta finish up? Alright, I'm gonna add another French soldier on here. Taking pictures of overpriced plastic. Yeah, that's the life of a stop motion animator. Alright, I'm gonna throw in a few more parts and figure this one out. Okay. That's what you are doing right now. Okay. You know what? It's not great, but that's what I'm gonna have for the other cliff. No, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta at least put in some effort on this one. I'll throw that down there. And shoot, what am I gonna do otherwise? I can throw on a few more plates too, like that. Ooh, that looks decent. I kind of like that. Not the worst that I could do. That doesn't quite fit. Yeah. But I do like that. I feel like that looks decent. Alright, so we're coming up on the hour mark. I might actually be able to finish this in time. This has been a pretty good stream in terms of likes. 11 is quite a bit for these ones. I feel like it's a lot of people from the beginning who just scroll on by, but pretty decent. I'm trying to remember what time of year the battle, like the fall of France, kind of occurred. Hello, Tat and the boys. But I have like 30 seconds of scrap footage. You know, I feel like I have a lot of scrap footage in my stop motions, but I feel like it's better to just have it more quality than just deleting the shoot, what am I even trying to say here? I have no clue. I feel like you shouldn't put the scrapped stuff back in. 1940 in spring. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it would be anything else, but no, that makes sense. Now I'm going to throw on a few more parts in here. Okay, so we got that on there, and that is looking pretty decent. I'm not too angry about that. I think I'm going to throw another soldier up there, and I might also grab a tree out of here. I do use like the same tree over and over and over again, so not ideal, but I feel like throwing that in there has a little bit of character to this. And that's basically all that I kind of wanted to do on this one. Maybe add a dead German or something. I feel like that one looked too bad, but for the start of the live, I'm back. Yeah, I remember you. You were saying I'm your biggest inspiration. I would not say that, but... Alright, I'm going to throw one of these sweater Americans. He's going bye-bye. Probably should use some of the scrap footage at least. I mean, if it's good, but if it's like low quality scrap footage, I feel like you shouldn't add that back. And I'm gonna grab an Adrian helmet out of here. My workspace is such a mess right now. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm putting some of these back in because I'm basically done with the mock. Again, I might do a little bit of stuff off camera. But this is kind of a mess right now, so I'm going to put some of my stuff back in. Again, some of this is not going in the right spot. It's really good, just doesn't fit. Yeah, if it's really good, then I feel like you could add it back in, but... And I'll throw in a few more parts. And that should finish this off. Alright, so here we have the last soldier, and he'll kind of be peeking out of here. Maybe holding a hatch or something, but basically there's going to be a dead German soldier on the road, which is going to be an officer. And that's basically the mock. Hello, Mr. Arza. I don't really think you should be spamming chat, but that's fine. Yeah, you don't need to say hi that many times. I will see your comment. Yeah. Guys, don't spam. I get that you're trying to make a point, but don't spam. History brick. Stop spamming. Alright, you see, I don't want to do this stuff today. I'm almost done with the live stream, and I don't feel like people should be spamming. I get that you're trying to make a point. But, like, I might have K-Diggy put you in a timeout if you keep doing that. Yeah, I get that you didn't start it, but just because you didn't start it means you should continue it. Look, I get that you've been here this whole stream, but, like, spamming is still not allowed, so it's not like that rule changed. Hello, Disc Official Chrome. I think you joined back in. This is the finish mock. Pretty decent. Not my worst works, but... I'll throw in a revolver or something. I don't really have the official revolver for this guy, but it'll work. And I could grab a hatch or something, but I feel like if he's just kind of peeking out there, that's decent. So this is basically it. I have like about a minute left. Thank you guys for joining. I'm surprised I actually got to finishing this in time, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It was not looking good in the beginning. I can tell you that for sure, but it turned out decent. Yeah, I did make progress, and I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, you know what? I could add one more thing. A few sandbags, I feel like would do wonders for this. Like right there. Or I could add them on top of the bunker, which might be better since there's already some sand, like dirt in the trench system. 100 out of 10 build, yeah. You see, I feel like sometimes the pressure is on for this stuff, so it's good that I was able to finish this in time. I'm going to run a little bit over on time. I did start a little bit late, so thank you guys for joining. It's been a really good stream, and I'm just kind of excited to see how many people actually subscribe because of that, because I might actually be at 200. Still can't find that one piece. Oh, that is bad. Yeah, I do not envy your position. All right, that's it. That's the mock, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's pretty decent. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Bye, guys.